morning, children. So today our new lesson is conservation of plants and animals. So in this lesson we are going to study what is the importance of forest and why should the forests protected. What are the effects if we go for deforestation? What are its effects? Like these points we are going to study. Okay, first let's see conservation, that is importance of forest. Conservation means protecting. Okay, so importance of forest. What is the importance of forest is, why forests are important to us is, forests provide home to large variety of animals. It is true, the animals which are living in the forest. Okay, so for all that animals, forests are providing homes to them. Trees takes up carbon dioxide and release oxygen during photosynthesis. Thus, trees help in maintaining a balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So, from childhood onwards, we are learning that is, which gas we will respire or we will inhale means it is oxygen, and which gas we will give out is carbon dioxide. Okay, assume trees are not there. Okay, we are consuming oxygen and we are giving out carbon dioxide. At one stage, what will happen? The amount of carbon dioxide accumulated will become more and oxygen percentage will become 0. Then there is no availability of oxygen. So total air will be covered with the carbon dioxide only. We cannot respire carbon dioxide. So what will happen? We cannot survive. Then coming to the trees. Okay, trees will inhale carbon dioxide and give out oxygen during the photosynthesis. That means we are giving out carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide is taken by the trees. How much amount of carbon dioxide you are giving? It is not, there is no rule that same amount it is utilizing, but the carbon dioxide we are giving out, it is utilized by the plants, and oxygen given out by the plants, we are utilizing that. So due to this, balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in nature is present. Now coming, forest is an important source of many raw materials for various purposes. See, like now furniture you take. For furniture, from where we are getting furniture means from trees only. Okay, so high amount of trees means it is in forest. Not only that, many products, many of the raw products we are getting from the forest. Forests provide firewood, timber, etc., especially to tribal people. Okay, so some of the peoples, they are living depending on the forest. Okay, so they are getting the products from the forest and they are utilizing for their survival. That means maybe they are utilizing, that means they are taking, consuming, or they are selling. It is another thing, but they are depending on the forest for the many of the raw materials. Forests help in precipitation. Forests help in preventing soil erosion, which may happen due to flood and wind. So about this factor already we studied. Forests help in improving soil fertility. How they will help in soil fertility, increasing the soil fertility means, see, so many of the trees are there. Okay, so trees, when they leaves shed off, okay, they will fall on the ground. After some time, their leaves are biodegradable, so they are degraded and they will form the humus. That means humus is there, means soil fertility is increased. Forests help in natural recharge of groundwater. So these are the importance of forest. Now coming to deforestation. What is meant by deforestation? Clearing of forests for making many for human activities is called deforestation. That means in general language, cutting of trees is known as deforestation. Once again I am repeating, deforestation means clearing of forests for making for human activities is called deforestation. So let's see, what are the causes of deforestation? What are the causes of deforestation? What are the causes of deforestation? Causes of deforestation is, first thing is procuring land for cultivation. Due to increasing population, so nowadays what is happening means population is increasing. To meet the needs, especially like food, for meeting the need of food, what will happen? More land should be cultivated. For that, what should happen? We should cut the trees, or we should cut the trees, and we should make the land which is not in use for cultivation. So we are procuring land for cultivation. Next, building houses and factories, making furniture and using wood for fuel, clearing land for making roads, railway lines, dams, etc. So these all are the causes for the deforestation. Procuring land for cultivation, building houses and factories, making furniture and using wood for fuel, etc. are the causes of deforestation. So one more is there, that is grazing of cattle also. What is the effects of deforestation? So if we go on cutting of the trees, what effect it will show? That is deforestation, that is reduced forest cover, increase the level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This results in global warming. Before only we studied that if trees is not there, the gas which we are giving out, carbon dioxide, it will be accumulated in the atmosphere, and oxygen level will be decreased, carbon dioxide level will be increased. So this carbon dioxide level, increasing of this carbon dioxide level, what will happen? It will cause different harmful effects on the humans, and accumulation of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere will result to the global warming. Not only that, deforestation reduces to the groundwater level. So in the importance of forests, we studied that forests help in natural recharge of the groundwater. That means what? It will increase the groundwater level. If we go for deforestation, what will happen? It will reduces the groundwater level, reduces rainfall, reduces soil fertility. Deforestation can result in droughts or excess of flood. It may lead to desertification also. So here I am having a new term, desertification. What is meant by desertification? That is conversion of fertile land into desert is called desertification. It happens in the following steps. That means, see, now I am having some fertile land. Okay, that means that land is cultivated, plants are growing in that land. So slow conversion, or this conversion of this fertile land into the desert. Desert means we know in desert no plants will grow. So the conversion of this fertile land into the desert is known as desertification. And suddenly it will not happen. It will follow the steps are there. That means gradually it will happen. Like first, pace of soil erosion increases when forest cover is reduced. That means here I am having some land. On the land some plants are growing. If I cut the lands, what will happen? Soil erosion will happen. So when soil erosion is there, the upper fertile soil will be removed from there, and downside rocky layers will be exposed. So hardened rocky layer is exposed on the top soil is removed. Soil becomes deficient in humus and thus become infertile. That means upside fertile layer is removed and downside rocks is there. So can plants grow on the rocks means no, cannot. So it leads to the desert. So land turns into the desert in due course of time. Conservation of forest and wildlife biosphere. So here I am having one more definition, biosphere. What is mean by biosphere? The part of the earth where all living organisms are present is called biosphere. Biosphere is the narrow zone between hydrosphere, troposphere and atmosphere. So see, here I am having some part. Okay, this part it is containing all kind of organisms. Like see, I am having part X is there. Okay, on part X I am having all kind of organisms like bacteria is there, microorganisms is there, plants is there, animals is there, all organisms are there. Such kind of part we are calling as biosphere. And biosphere is the narrow zone between hydrosphere, troposphere and atmosphere. Our next term is biodiversity. What is biodiversity? Variety of organisms in a given area is called biodiversity of that area. That means now again I am having part or particular part Y is there. So in this way many kind of organisms are present. So the variety of organisms, that many kind of organisms present in that part Y is known as the biodiversity of that area. Next term is flora. What is flora is all the plant species in a given area are collectively called flora of that area. So here, like biodiversity, in the part I'm having plant species and animals also is present. Plants are present, animals also present. So the plant, all the plants present in that particular area is known as flora of that area. Next term is fauna. All the animals species in a given area are collectively called as fauna of that area. Now again, same way is there. All the plants I am calling as flora of that particular area. Now all the animals are known as fauna of that particular area. Protected areas. Some areas have been demarcated to protect flora and fauna of their habitat. Such areas are called protected areas. Various rules, methods and policies to protect and conserve forests and wildlife are formulated by the government. There are following types of protected areas. So there are different types of protected areas are there. What are that is? They are sanctuary. A sanctuary is an area where animals are protected from any disturbance to them or their habitat. That means I am having sanctuary. So what is sanctuary is? Sanctuary is a area where all the animals or where animals are protected from their any disturbance to them and to their habitat also. In a wildlife sanctuary, poaching or capturing of animals is strictly prohibited. So our next term is national park. What is national park is? A national park is an area which is reserved for wildlife and where wildlife can freely use their habitat and natural resources. Example of national park is Satpura National Park is the first reserve forest in India. Okay, protected areas. Second type is national park. Here sanctuary and national park, if you see, in sanctuary wildlife and their habitat also protected, but coming to national park only wildlife is protected and it can live freely. That means it can use freely its habitat and natural resources. First national park in India is it's Satpura National Park. Our next term is bioreserve. A biosphere reserve is a large area of protected land for conservation of wildlife, plant and animal resources and traditional life of the tribals living on that area. Sanctuary is protecting only wildlife and its and its habitat. Coming to biosphere reserve, it is protecting wildlife, its resources, habitat and traditional life of tribals also, which is depending on that forest. It is also protected here. A biosphere reserve encompasses many other protected areas like wildlife sanctuary and national park. Here sanctuary will not contain national park and biosphere reserve. National park also will not contain. But coming to biosphere reserve, it may contain sanctuary and national park or only national parks, like this it may contain. For example, Pachamari Biosphere Reserve contains one national park and two wildlife sanctuaries. They are Satpura National Park, Bori Wildlife Sanctuary, Pachamari Wildlife Sanctuary. Endemic species. So what is endemic species is? A species found exclusively in a particular area is called endemic species. Sal, wild mango, bison, they are the endemic species. Indian gained squirrel and flying squirrel are endemic to Pachamari Biosphere Reserve. Endemic species are at greater risk of extinction because they are not found anywhere else. Next term is species. What is meant by species? A group of population capable of interbreeding is called species. Capability of interbreeding is the most important criteria for species. Next is Project Tiger. What is this Project Tiger? Project Tiger was launched in 1973 to protect and conserve tigers in India. Like see, before so many number of tigers are present in India, but coming on due to different reasons like hunting and it's different reasons. What happening means the number of tigers is decreasing. So government what done, if decreasing is going on like this, at one stage there will be zero number of tigers present in our place in India. So what will happen? So for conserving that or for protecting the tigers, Government of India launched a program called Project Tiger in the year 1973. Why? What is the main aim of this Project Tiger is to conserve tigers in India. This project is aimed at protecting the Bengal tigers. Project Tiger has been successfully improving the population of tigers in India. As present, there are more than 2000 tigers in India. Endangered species. Next term is endangered species. What is meant by endangered species is species which are under threat of extinction are called endangered species. Examples is elephants, lions, wild buffalo, etc. Extinct species. What is extinct species is species which no longer exist on earth are called extinct species. Examples is dinosaurs, dodo, etc. See, you carefully observe the difference between endangered species and extinct species. Endangered species. What is endangered species is species which are under threat of extinction are called endangered species. That means still they are present on this earth. Okay, they are facing extinction. Such type of species are known as endangered species. Coming to extinct species. So already they faced extinction and they now on this earth they are not existing. Such type of species are known as extinct species. Examples of extinct species is dinosaurs. Examples of endangered species is elephants, lions, wild buffalo, etc. Our next term is ecosystem. What is ecosystem? A system of interdependencies among all living beings and non-living things in a given area is called ecosystem. So what is ecosystem is, if you see one place, it contains living organisms like plants, animals, microorganisms, etc. At the same time, non-living organisms like air, water, soil, like this, etc. Non-living organisms also is present. So the interdependence of these living and non-living organisms at one particular place is known as, or it is the system of interdependence of living and non-living organisms is known as ecosystem. Next is Red Data Book. What is Red Data Book? The International Union for Conservation of Natural, that is IUCN, first came with Red Data Book. So which union came with the Red Data Book is, it is the International Union for Conservation of Natural, that is IUCN. It is Red Data Book is the source book which keeps records of all endangered plants and animals. Each country publishes its own version of Red Data Book from time to time, and Red Data Book of animals and plants is different. Mainly we can see this Red Data Book in the zoos. In zoo, this Red Data Book will be managed. Migration. So this term migration, what is meant by term migration is long distance travel by animals to escape harsh conditions is called migration. Small correction, not only animals, it's birds also. Plants will not move, okay. So long distance travel by animals to escape harsh conditions is called migration. Many birds and many other animals migrate long distances during unfavorable conditions and food in India. Our next topic is recycling of paper. Paper can be recycled many times as paper is made from wood pulp. So recycling of paper helps in saving of trees. We all know that paper is made from where we are manufacturing paper means from the wood pulp. Okay. So if I want to make one paper means I want to cut the trees. Okay. So now I manufactured paper. If I recycle that paper, again I can use that paper. That means there is no need of cutting off the trees. That means there is no need of deforestation. So deforestation leads to different harmful effects. So that means if we are recycling paper means what we are doing, we are saving the trees. Next is reforestation. What is reforestation is planting trees to recover forests is called reforestation. Reforestation can take place naturally as well as by human intervention. Indian Forest Act It is this Indian Forest Act came into rule in the year came into effect in 1927. This act was aimed to prevention and conservation of natural forests and at meeting the basic needs of the people who live in or near the forest, who live inside the forest or near the forest, for conserving them or for meeting the basic needs. This Forest Act was came into rule. It is came into effect in the year 1927, and this is the completion of our lesson, conservation of plants and animals.